You can decide that everything you have done up until this point in your life is completely irrelevant. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kate Rose, and today I want to talk about how you can completely reinvent yourself starting right now. We are not waiting for the new year. These are going to be different actions, thoughts, habits that you can start doing right now, so that way when January 2025 comes around, you can show up as that person that you want to be. So we're going to jump right into it, and the first thing you want to do is reset your mind. Everything starts up here, so you want to get really clear on how you envision this new version of yourself. So you want to think about this highest version of yourself, what they look like, how they act, how they dress, the car that you're driving. Maybe you want to buy a new house, maybe you want to level up your career, it's a new hobby, maybe you're wanting to travel more. If you're more of like a visual learner, you can do this either through like a Google search image or on Pinterest, and just start pinning images on how you would like to perceive yourself in this new way. It can be a lot of different things, but having those visuals will help you see what you're wanting to do. I've also even just like took all of these images from Pinterest and then made a wallpaper out of it. So every time I go and unlock my iPad, I see my vision board. With the mindset reset, you also need to kick out any limiting beliefs that you might have. And a lot of them, they might not be very obvious in what's a limiting belief. A lot of the times it just takes working through it. You can journal. That's how you're going to learn a lot about yourself as well, and those limiting beliefs. But when it comes to setting your goals or trying to achieve your highest self, there's nothing that's too big or nothing that's too unattainable. If it's on your mind, or maybe if you're scrolling and you see somebody else's lifestyle, you know, social media, like you see the good side of everything, but if you feel jealous of somebody else's situation or somebody else's lifestyle, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a bad thing, because you can take that jealousy and use it as inspiration. Don't let it just be that negative thought and that's it. And if that is your goal, you can make that happen. Don't let the doubt or the negative thoughts or those limiting beliefs creep in and tell you that you can't have that certain lifestyle that you desire. All it takes is you making that one decision that this is what you want, and say no to everything that is not that. And I think that's with a lot of things too, like with hate in the community. I think I see it with a lot of girls where maybe this girl has her dream body or her dream physique. It's not like it was just given to her. Like, sure, genetics play a lot of part of it, but most of these girls have been in the gym for years, and it all started with them making a decision that they work on their growth, their goals, their body. They had that vision of how they wanted to see themselves, and then one day they decided to go after that goal, and then they said no to everything except for that. And that's really all it takes, because it really is just consistency, and it's all mental. Showing up to the gym, it's not a physical thing, it's a mental thing first, because it all starts up here. Another limiting belief that I think gets a lot of people kind of stuck in their old ways is just because you've done something for so long does not mean you have to keep doing it that same way. There are an infinite amount of scenarios that could happen, and you don't make the rules. You really have to learn to let the universe, God, take control and trust that the right situation will play out for you always. And you have to tell yourself that over and over again. And it's hard and it's scary, but just trust the process. There's already a plan set out for you, and it's your highest plan. So you have to trust that if you have these maybe outrageous desires, trust that if you act closest to your intuition, that they will line up for you, and those things can happen. But really, if you want something, you need to move as if you already have it. And what can really help with that are affirmations. So doing daily affirmations, and they are like saying it does seem repetitive, but I promise you, like, it's simple and it's repetitive for a reason. And you need to either it's writing it out every single day. I have 4 different affirmations that I write to myself in my journal every single day, and I've been doing it for a year, and I've seen so much progress. A new one that I've been working on is just talking to myself in the mirror, which at first it feels almost kind of cringy, but once you get through it, you believe it. If you condition your mind to believe the things that you say, then everything is factual and everything is true. And a lot of that comes with having small wins and just teaching your mind that you are winning and you're winning every single day. So start with small challenges. Don't start with like big ones. And that kind of goes into building different habits. So start small, get those small victories. Don't expect to go from 0 to 100 because then you're just going to disappoint yourself. So get those small wins. Affirm yourself, work on your mindset, mentally be that best version of yourself, and then everything else will fall into place for you. Once you get the mindset going, now you really need to let go of your past self, which sounds a lot easier than it actually is. If you're holding on to your past self, how are you going to have the freedom, room, or ability to grasp your new, better version of yourself? As you grow into this new version of yourself, you need to learn that you speak differently to this new person. Everything before, everything in your past, every negative thing that you've said to yourself before, that doesn't exist anymore. You can't treat this new person the way that you used to treat your old self. That was really hard for me to learn. I used to be so hard on myself. I used to be so like, if you don't do this, you're a piece of shit. Oh, my life. It's hard, things like that. You can't say that to your new self. Your new self deserves to be encouraged, applauded, loved, cared for. Instead of saying that bad things always happen to me, you need to change what you're saying to yourself. Start saying that good things are happening for me. Challenges come to me because they're making me better. It's all about how you process it. And the mind doesn't know if it's something that's physically or mentally hurting you, but you decide how things affect you. And letting go of the old version of you, you need to stop all of the old habits that no longer serve you. You need to let go, not even let go, just tell all the toxic people in your life to get out of here because you don't have room in your life for toxic, negative people. You can change your environment, change up your whole wardrobe, change your car, change your house, change your surroundings. A lot of alone time will really serve you well, and don't be afraid of big change. I've actually gone really hard in removing old people from my life very recently, and it's been one of the most freeing things ever. And even if it wasn't people that like directly impacted my life, maybe it was just like people that I followed on Instagram and would see their life and it would, I don't know, do something in my mind, and just removing them from my life, from my visions, or just even in my thought, because they don't deserve to be there. If they don't deserve to be there, then let them go. And I promise you, it is the most freeing feeling, and you just need to elevate yourself. Elevate yourself so high that everything else is just beneath you. All of the drama, other people's opinions, any negative thoughts, any negativity in general is beneath you. Choose to be the person that people talk about. Choose to be the one that the girls gossip over. Don't be the one gossiping, because if it's not elevating you, it's beneath you. Next, we have starting and creating new habits for your better self. Like I said earlier, start small, get those small wins in, and then that way you're training your brain to recognize that you win, and everything you set your mind to, you succeed at. And this is hard. You're gonna make mistakes, and that's fine, but really, nothing is really considered failure until death. I think people get so worried over looking stupid in the eyes of others that might be successful. But if you're really concerned about people that are actually successful, they know that it takes L's in order to reach success. So they're not judging you. They get it. I think I heard something where like a bodybuilder in the gym is not gonna judge you for walking in there and not knowing what you're doing or not having the best form. A millionaire seeing your failed business fall apart, they're not judging you. It's a part of the process. And if you feel like people are judging you, it's because they're lower than you, okay? Really don't concern yourself, because wolves really don't worry about the opinions of sheep. As it comes to creating and building new habits, consistency really is key. Consistency is really the only way that you can get to success. So if it's showing up to the gym every day, if it's working on your business every day, if it's working on expanding your mind and improving your self-concept, you work on it every day. You do your affirmations every day. If you're wanting to improve your relationships with your partner, your kids, or whatever, you put in that work every single day. Consistency builds trust with other people. It builds trust with yourself. So just stay consistent and don't rely on motivation. Motivation is not going to get you anywhere. Motivation is maybe like 21 out of 30 days of the month. But every single day, what you need is discipline. Discipline is what's going to get you to your goals. And it's that saying no to everything that is not a part of your goal. So with building habits, let's talk about a little bit of what a habit loop looks like. So you have your cue, you have your routine, and then you have your reward. So maybe your current habit is you like to have a sweet treat before bed. And we all know if it comes to working on your physical or body goals, going to the gym and such, having a sweet treat before bed is really probably not going to help you get to your goal. So the cue is, okay, I just ate dinner, I'm relaxing, watching my Netflix show. It's this time of day, so the routine is going into the kitchen for a sweet treat. The reward is that dopamine hit before bed, and then that's your routine and you repeat it. In order to change a habit, what you need to do is change your routine. So the cue is it's after dinner, relaxing before bed. Change your routine. So you can still have the same reward of dopamine, but change what's in the routine. So maybe it's something else that makes you happy. Phoning one of your friends that always makes you laugh. Listening to a motivational podcast. Going on a walk with your dog. Maybe it's just playing with your animals or playing with your kids. Maybe find a healthier snack that's not so bad for your health, but it still gives you that satisfaction of the reward. So your power is in just changing your routine. For me, in going to the gym, I'm kind of one of those people where I dread routines, but I know I thrive in them. So for me, it's as soon as I wake up in the morning, I'm going to the gym. The reward is I'm happy. I have my endorphins running through my body. I feel good about myself. I feel strong. I feel empowered. That's my reward. But if you look at your habits, or if we're planning on your new self and you have those new habits that you're wanting to do, just focus on changing your routine to build your new habit. New habits, I think they take like 30 days to go in. Once the habit is formed, then you don't have to think about it. You don't have to dread it. You just do it. Next, you need to stop worrying about perfection and focus more on growth. Challenge yourself. Learn to be uncomfortable. Try to put yourself in uncomfortable situations, no matter how small it is. For me, it was kind of solo traveling and solo dining, and the adrenaline rush I used to get by going to, I think I went to like an Indian buffet, and going to a buffet solo as somebody who's like, I used to be very like self-conscious over what I eat, how I look, and going to a buffet alone was one of those things where you decide to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation and then you'll always come out stronger. Another one was for my clothing brand. I think I had spent months on trying to find the perfect material and just kind of having that questioning, that doubt, like repeat over and over again with every sample I tried, every product that I put out, just kind of like doubting if it was the right move. And it was because I was looking for perfection, and in looking for perfection is where I made all of the mistakes, because I think it was like the second or the third order I had placed was the perfect material, the material that's so much more superior than all the other ones that I thought was getting me closer to perfection. It was actually way back here, and it could have saved me so much time, so much money, so much business. And that's a thing that I had to learn, I think, because I don't think I would have learned to let go of perfection any other way. But if I can tell you to try and just like focus on growth and just doing it rather than overthinking it or striving for perfection, you're gonna get there a lot faster and hopefully with a lot less stress. When you do it, you can say you did it. And that's the most empowering thing, because that's where your confidence is going to come from. Your confidence comes from your growth. And if you continue to push yourself to just focus on growth rather than perfection, your growth will keep going, your confidence will keep going, and perfection will come without you even knowing it, because it comes with experience and it comes with the knowledge and it comes with you continuing to push yourself. My last pointer on reinventing or recreating yourself is to celebrate yourself, love yourself, reward yourself, and know that you deserve everything you desire. I know for the longest time, and what really got me into going to therapy was I just wanted to love myself, and I felt like I just didn't know how. I knew I had love for myself, but I also feel like it was kind of conditional because that was the love that I was taught. And by reinventing and recreating yourself, you can create that unconditional love for yourself. Just by wanting to work on yourself and improve yourself is you already loving yourself. Every single day, you are getting closer and you're building your relationship with yourself. You're experiencing new things. Your bond is getting stronger. Your relationship with yourself is stronger than any relationship that you're going to have with anyone else. It's more important than your relationship with your partner. It's more important than your relationship with your parents. It's even more important than your relationship with your kids. I think so many parents are so worried about their relationship with their kids that they neglect the relationship that they have with themselves. And kids are so smart and they pick up on so many different things. So if you have a bad relationship with yourself, they're going to see that. And that's going to hurt your relationship with your kids as well. And working on your relationship with yourself, like there are different things that can help you, like therapy or going to the doctors and getting meds. But medication is really just a coping mechanism for everything that's underneath. The only one that can fix your problems is you. And yeah, like I said, a therapist can help you through it, but you are the one that has to do the work. They can help guide you through it, but you're the one doing the work and you are the only one that can fix it. Coping mechanisms are just masking the problem and what's lying underneath. Antidepressants are kind of like with the same thing, but you're denying yourself so many different feelings because you're supposed to go through these feelings. And I think we're taught we have to hide our feelings, because I've always felt that way too, that I should mask or hide my feelings. That way I'm more strong or stoic, but that doesn't make you strong. Even with yourself, you need to feel those feelings. By holding on to stress, anger, anxiety, depression, things like that, and denying yourself those feelings, you're not putting your body at ease. It's dis-ease, and that's what creates disease in your body. Your mind doesn't know if the pain or the feeling of distress or anxiety is just mental or if it's real or if it's physical. It doesn't know, but it's going to show up in your body, and that's what can create disease or sicknesses. If you're getting sick a lot, it's probably because you're not allowing your emotions and your feelings to flow. Think of it as like a river. You don't want to create these blocks because you're supposed to flow. It's supposed to happen. And that really just takes loving yourself, knowing that you deserve to put in the work for yourself. And it's scary. It's probably the most lonely, isolating thing you will ever do, but don't put it off. You need to start this right now. Shift everything and start being that person that you deserve, because life is so short. It's so short, and you don't want it to be too late. You don't want to be 80 years old on your deathbed regretting that you denied yourself feelings or that you told yourself you were wrong for feeling a certain thing. You don't want to regret that you created your own sicknesses and diseases and problems in your life, because you'll see it. I've seen it. It's real. I think I've reinvented myself at least 3 or 4 times already in this life. Like, I've gone through different names. My name is Caitlin, but I used to be called Katie. I went by Caitlin for a long period of my life. And then this new self, I think it really did just take a decision one day that I was starting the work. I was going to do the work and nothing is going to get in my way. And just doing these 5 different ways that I recreated this new life for myself is how I was able to rewire my brain from the root completely. And I see it every single day. This work actually shows. I feel it in my head. I feel it in my mind. I feel it in my gut. I feel it in my heart. And I just feel it everywhere else in my body. So I promise you that you can do it too. You just got to put in the work. So go get your haircut, go shopping, go to the gym, change your diet, apply for that new job, quit your job, start that side hustle, start your business, change what you eat, try a different whole meal plan, try going vegetarian for a week, just to challenge yourself. Just because you can, remind yourself that you have free will. Go on a long drive this weekend. Just do things that remind yourself that you are alive. Just find what gets you in touch with your highest self. Show up as that new, better version of you. So recreating your new self, you're going to do your mindset reset. Let go of your old self. Create and build new habits that serve you. Prioritize growth over perfection, and celebrate yourself and your life. I promise if you do these things, you will create your new higher self. Stick with them. If you have certain ways that you're wanting to recreate your new self, drop them in the comments because I'm always looking for inspiration, and you might even inspire somebody else as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love you, and I'll see you next time.